Hello, it's Jeanette with Geomazing Paper Crafts. Thank you for joining me today. I'm back with another video tutorial for you, and today I have these cute little pouches that I made with some designer series paper, and it's very easy to make. You don't use a lot of paper, but inside these pouches I have some chocolate candy bars that I got from Aldi's. This is some dark chocolate made in Germany and distributed by Aldi's, and it's just some wonderful rich dark chocolate that I am in love with right now. But look at these little pouches. Look how cute they are. Okay, look at all the bling, the silver and the gold. I'm going to show you how I did them, and so easy. Okay, so like I said, what you're going to need is just a very minimal amount of paper. 6 by 6. That's it. Just 6 by 6 with paper. Okay, now this one I'm using a DSP from a stack from the annual catalog, and that's from the Playful Palettes. Okay, lots of pretty pink and peach, a blushing bride and peekaboo peach, really pretty sweet sugar plum designs on that one. And then this one here I made with some designer series paper that I got for free for spending $50, and it is from a stack called Carried Away. Okay, and that's from Sale-A-Brations, which is going on until March 31st. So you want to make sure you get in on that, and I'll have the information for all of that in my blog. So let's get started. Like I said, 6 by 6. That's all you need. And I'm going to bring in my Simply Scored scoring tool. Okay, now this paper I'm using is from a stack called By the Shore. And if you can see, there's little seashells there. Very cute. I love this paper. Okay, now you need to score this at 1 3/8 inch. Okay, now you want to make sure you're looking at your design where it makes sense. Okay, so that's 1 3/8 inch. Okay, if it has a pattern, make sure you're looking at it right. And then the next score line is 4 1/4. So that's 1 3/8 inch and 4 1/4. And then you're going to turn it clockwise. So the bottom part of your paper is here, and you're going to score that at 3/4 of an inch. Okay? And that's it. That's all the scoring you need. So I'm going to get out my bone folder, and we are going to just burnish all these score lines nice and crisp. Okay? Now don't be alarmed that one side is shorter than the other. You need that for overlapping. Okay? Alright, now before I burnish the other side, the bottom end, I'm going to go ahead and fold this, and I'm going to round the corners. Okay? I found that it's a little bit easier to do it now than to do it later after I cut those flaps off. And I'll show you what I mean by cutting the flaps off. Now I'm going to take my paper snips, and I am going to cut straight up to that score line. Okay. In fact, I probably should now fold that score line in so you can see it better, and so that I could see it better. Okay. I'm going to just cut up to that score line here. Okay. With this dark paper, I'm not exactly sure if you can actually see that. But what I'm doing is, now that I've got this little groove that I made with my corner rounder, I can just go ahead and cut straight up to that one score line that you made on the bottom here. Okay? And then I'm just going to fold these flaps back, and I am going to just cut them off. Okay? Now I'm going to just cut them off just a little bit more. You're not going to be able to see that bottom flap here. So if you want to cut off just a little bit more than you need to, so that it folds better, you can do that. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to try that. Make sure it's folding good. I can just cut off just a tiny little bit more on this edge here. And like I say, you're not going to see it because that flap is coming over, and it's going to hide that. Okay? So now that flap folds over really good. Okay, now we're not going to glue this together yet. as it's folded like this, I am going to take this to the big shot to make this scalloped edge. So you might be wondering, what die did I use to make that scalloped edge? Well, Stampin' Up! Does have a die set called Popcorn Thinlits. Okay, popcorn box thinlits rather, and you make a cute little popcorn box out of this one here. But it has this little edge for your popcorn box, and I'm going to use this on my pouch. And so I'm going to just center it. Now, it was kind of a happy little accident, or just a happy discovery that these little points here go right to the edge perfectly on my little pouch. And I was so happy when I discovered that. So I'm going to take some repositionable tape, and I'm going to tape this down, and I'm going to take this to my big shot. Let me bring in the platform here. I've got my magnetic platform and my bottom cutting sheet, and I'm going to put my paper here, and then I'm going to put the top sheet right on top like that, okay? And take it to the big shot, and I will be right back. Take long at all, did it? Okay, my big shot's right next to me here. So I am going to very gently peel off the repositionable tape I put on there. Now you might wonder, why am I putting the tape on? I just want to make sure that that die stays put, because as you can see, it kind of jumps around sometimes when you've got it on the paper. It doesn't always stay put, so I needed a precise cut, so that's why I put the tape on there. Okay, so now I'm going to open this up, and you see I made these little windows here. That is from a new die from the Occasions catalog, and that is called Windows Box Thinlet Dies. Now there are 3 little designs here. That it doesn't cut out the border, it just cuts out these little designs for you. I see these are candles, and then you got the little hearts, but today I'm going to use these little bubbles, okay? Since it's by the shore, see bubbles. I don't know why I thought that might look good, so we'll see. First time I'm using this die. Okay, so I'm going to try to center this the best I can here. All right, now we're going to be using gold. Because on this one we use the silver foil as the window in here, and this one we use gold. I think I'm going to use gold again. So let's see. I'm going to put this probably maybe about a ½ inch down. Grab that piece of tape, put it down here on my platform. Okay, with the sheet with the plate on the top, and I'll be right back. Quick. Okay. Now, I should move this out of the way because of the glare. When you take this out, you're going to have all these little pieces, and they're going to fall out on your... And they actually fell, pretty good. So you just tap it off on your trash can. And I am going to just... you see... It did leave some little edges in some little pieces in here. You can just take your where is it? You can take your paper piercing tool and just poke them out. Try to do it before you put this away, because when you want to grab and go, you have to stop and do that. So that's why I'm doing that now, so I don't have to worry about it later. Okay, let's clean up all our little circles here. And I will put that away. Okay, now I need a piece of gold that's going to go behind here. Isn't that going to look pretty? Look at that. Okay, now this piece of gold measures a 1 3/4 by 1 3/4 square, approximately. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to put some glue dots on each corner so that it'll stick to the inside and show up from the outside. So you're going to put it on the foil part, not on the white part on behind it. You want to put it on the foil part on all 4 corners, okay? And try not to do what I just did and scratch it, because you can scratch this. Okay, now I'm going to take it from the inside. Let me put this die away so I don't lose that one. All right, now I'm just going to cover that die cut part, and now you see the gold. Ooh, ah, ooh, okay. Now let's take our paper snips, and we're going to just trim off these little, see these little edges on both sides? We're going to just trim those off. Okay. Isn't that cute pattern on the other side too? I love this paper. Absolutely love this. By the Shore. Okay, now I'm going to bring in my silicone craft sheet and some tear and tape. Now you can use your fast fuse, and I think I'll use it on the bottom, but I wanted to show you tear and tape is so easy. You just place it down, and yes, you can tear it. Oh, I think I'm going to try tearing it. Yes, I tore it. Okay, good. I usually like to cut it, but that's fine. Tearing it, I'm getting a little bit more practice on it. Okay, let's take that off. Now you're going to be putting this, you need to put the tape on the wider part. See, you've got a narrow part and a wider part. Now fold that narrow part in, okay, and now fold that over, and that comes down. Or now you could also use your fast fuse, which is what I'm going to use on the bottom, right there. Okay. And there you have it. Okay, now let's put our ribbon on. Now this is some ribbon that I got for free with my qualifying purchase, and this is during Sale-A-Brations. Look, you get 2 rolls. You get silver and gold, and I'm going to use the gold one on this one. And what I'm going to do, let me make that straight. Okay, scissors, and I wanted to make it not too tight but not too loose either, so there we go. That's better. All right, you want it to slide, but you don't want it to fall off. Okay, just like that. All right, next you're going to take your ribbon and just, you can make a bow here if you want to, but what I did is I just took a little bit of it and I just made a knot. Okay, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to knot it here. Okay, and then I'm going to use my other scissors that are better for ribbon and just go ahead and trim that off. There. Okay, now let's work on our little tag. Now that tag is from that I'm making is from this Ready to Pop stamp set. And yes, you could get this and save 10% by getting the die popcorn box thinlits and Ready to Pop. You can save 10% when you get it as a bundle. And I'm going to be using this Enjoy and this little stitch circle, which I have on my C block. And I have them both put together. And I'm going to do some heat embossing. So let me bring out a piece of paper here and my little sheet of Very Vanilla, because that's the color that's in here, Very Vanilla. Okay, so let me put those away. And now I'm going to take my embossing buddy and I'm just going to just take it, and it's kind of like an anti-static pad that prevents my sticky fingers from making little marks that the embossing powder will stick to. So I'm taking my Versamark and I've got this on the pad, try to center the best I could, and I am going to go ahead and ink that up with the Versamark right in the center of this. By the way, this is a 2 by 2 inch square, okay? And I'm just going to put it right in the center. All right. And you probably won't be able to see it because I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, a little bit. Okay, because it's a watermark ink, and because it's a sticky kind of ink, we can emboss with it. And I'm going to be using some gold embossing powder. Love it. You get embossing powder everywhere. Okay. I want to just make sure that it's all Oh, I got a little bit. So when you have some embossing powder where you don't want it, you could just take your brush and brush it away. Very good. All right. Now let's take this to the heat gun, or let's take the heat gun to that. All right. Now I'm going to use some tweezers to hold it because I don't want my fingers to get burnt. Okay. And I'm bringing in my heat gun. Okay. Sorry for the noise. Lower your volume if you don't want to hear this. My heat gun heats up pretty quick, so this shouldn't take too long. There you go. Isn't that pretty? Now I'm going to cut this out on the Big Shot, and for that I'm going to be using my layering circle dies. You will have circles that don't have scallops and circles that do, and I'm going to use one of the scallops, and I'm not going to use the smallest one, but I'm going to use the one that's next to the smallest one. Okay, and we are going to just take this and center it nicely. Okay, bring in that tape again because I don't want it to jump around on my magnetic platform. And I will be right back. I'm going to cut that out. Cool. Very, very cool. Okay, let's put this die away and not throw it away. Okay, and now I'm going to just put some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back. I think I might put 2 on the back of this. Excuse me. And we are going to just lay that right here. Okay. There we go. And let's put our candy bar in there so we can share it with someone else. And now we've got our pouches. Look how pretty those look. Isn't that a really cool die set? I just love that window box. What is that called again? It's called the it's called the window box thinlits dies. Okay, and it does come with you can get it as a bundle with the stamp set, and I'll have that information on my blog along with everything that I used here, all the measurements and the DSP that I used on this video. So if you need any of the supplies or the tools, please go to my website at www.geamazingpapercrafts.stampinup.net, and I sure hope you'll try these cute little pouches, and you can put anything in them. So once again, I'm Jeanette with Geamazing Paper Crafts, and you make it a great day. Bye-bye.